Yeah, let's go. All right, we are live here from Baxter. Welcome everybody on what proves what's going to, I think, prove to be a really special night tonight. We have a lot of special forces and military, EMT, first responder tributes that are going to happen tonight, both on the field and on our broadcast. In this day, we're remembering the tragedy that happened 20 years ago tomorrow. But not to be pushed aside is this football game tonight between the 2-0 Baxter Bolts and the 0-2 Woodward Academy Knights. Baxter comes, like I said, comes in at 2-0 after victories over Colonesco 48-20 in week 1 and Melcher Dallas 68-0 in week 2. Woodward Academy comes in with an 0-2 record. They lost week 1 46-12 to Collins Maxwell and week 2 51-6 to Coon Rapids Bayard. Go through the coaching staffs real quick. Head coach looks like it's Mike Williams. Maybe Jason Harris. The typeset is off a little bit here for me. So coaches anyway are Jason Harris, Jarvis Hogan, Mike Williams, Colton Preston, and it looks like the manager is Austin James. Excuse me. Baxter is coached by Rob Luther with assistant coaches Jason Aker, Ryan Boley, Zach Hasselbrink, Joe McMiniman, Ryan Travis, and the manager is Brayton Van Sice.
Alrighty.
So, Jimmy, we are, like I said, honoring a lot of different people that have served others, basically, is what you can look at it, right? EMT, first responders, firefighters, police, and then obviously those who serve in the military as well.
Yep.
So, Coach Luther had the idea of putting some decals on the helmets, although I don't know if maybe they didn't get approved by the state or something, but I'm not seeing them out there right now. Do you have the scoop on that?
I do not have the scoop on that because they had the picture of the one. Maybe it was just the one helmet.
Maybe it was, but I thought he said he was going to do that this Friday. But maybe, the state has to approve all uniform changes. Maybe they didn't do it. We don't know. Just speculating. But that's either here nor there. We're definitely going to honor a lot of people today. And Jimmy, you asked Mr. Luther about it this week, right?
Yes, I did. He gave us a good, what would you call it?
I would call it a video.
Good video, yep. We recorded a good video of him. That's a good word for that,
Thank you.
What's another word for thesaurus? No.
Wow.
That was a Stephen Wright one.
Yeah.
No, we recorded a great video the other day, and he talked for a little bit about his experience during 9/11, and a thanks to the emergency responders and people who serve in the military. And do you want to play that now?
Actually, so we're going to play that in just a second here. I just wanted to say, too, that not only are we going to be playing tributes that people sent in to us, normally mainly through Facebook, we're going to play those instead of ads. Not that we don't appreciate the people that have paid for advertisements for on our broadcast over the years, but just taking a week off of that, I don't think anybody will complain about that. And then our halftime guest tonight is Doug Bishop. Doug has done a ton of work with veterans in the area, has taken a lot of trips to D.C. with them. So we're going to ask him a little bit about that and his what he remembers about 9/11 as well. So let's play the Coach Luther clip and let him introduce what we're going to do tonight.
You're good.
I'm really excited that we're honoring the 20th anniversary of 9/11 tonight. I think it was a great idea, and a lot of people had a hand in trying to get this off the ground. So thanks to everybody that we get the opportunity to, have a remembrance tonight of, what I told our football team last night was probably the biggest event in a negative way that ever happened in my lifetime. I looked at the football team last night and no one was even alive in 9/11. So we spent a little bit of time talking about the attacks and what it meant on our country and how united our country got at that time. We kind of compared it to COVID that our kids are living through right now, but COVID has really divided our country. As horrific as 9/11 was and the lives that were lost, one thing I reflect on is how bonded we became as a country and how we were Americans at that time. For me personally, I lived in New York City. I was probably at the top of the Twin Towers 15 times with family and friends that would come to visit. My wife and I were at the Twin Towers 2 months before the attack. So it really hit home to me that day. It was pre-internet, so as we were getting information, it was really Today's Show, Good Morning America, piecing together everything that happened. As all of us around my age know where we were when we first heard of 9/11, when we heard of the attacks. And I was in Baxter Community Schools on second floor right outside of my office, and a teacher came in and told me a plane had struck the Twin Towers. I felt like it was probably a newscaster helicopter or a little plane, and as things crept in, we realized that our country was under attack, and really has changed our country. 20 years later, we're a different country because of those attacks. It's the only time we've been attacked on our soil outside of Pearl Harbor. I think that's pretty meaningful. As we watch shows this week, it's amazing what first responders do and how they put their lives out there for people. That day, it was crazy what New York City Fire Department did, what the ambulance people, doctors, just how everybody came together in a horrible event. But I'm happy we get to do this tonight just to remember how great our country is, and just remember how strong we can be. So thanks.
Transition. There we go.
There
All
we go.
right. Special thanks to Coach Luther for setting this up. He was really instrumental in basically all the festivities tonight and honoring people tonight. So we're going to see people come out on the track, especially during the national anthem. I think they're going to observe a moment of silence for those that lost their lives 20 years ago tomorrow. And then I think we'll ask Doug about this, but I believe Coach Luther reached out to Doug Bishop too to kind of help set up everything that's going on tonight. So yeah, it's going to be a good night, I think, Jimmy. And then of course there's a football game to watch too, right?
Yep, we got that too. The transitions between the tribute videos might be just a little bit clunky.
You know
but
what?
That's okay.
And I was going to say that too, because we actually still received tribute videos all the way up until I got one this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So they were edited in haste. I apologize for that, but hopefully it does not deter from the message that people wanted to say. So it was awesome. I mean, I think people really like them, and yeah. And we have a couple birthday shout outs too,
Yes,
don't we?
we
Got
do.
those
Yeah,
ready to go?
a couple people. Yes, I do. A couple
Awesome.
people sent those in. Those are fun to do.
Absolutely. Got some jokes. Got a great halftime guest.
Should be a good show. I've been talking it up all week.
Have you?
Yeah.
So, Jimmy, I got a question for you. You're how old?
18.
18. So the events of 9/11, 2001, mean really not much to you, right? Because you were not alive at the time.
Yes.
I was at youth group this week and looked out over the crowd and of kids that were in the library with us and realized there wasn't a single kid that was alive when that happened. And you know, we spent.
Did you feel old?
Not really.
Okay,
no.
that's good.
But we did spend some time just letting my wife and I spent some time just letting the kids ask about that day. You know, what it was like, what led up to it, and you know, Pam and I are not political science majors by any means, but yeah, we kind of explained it a little bit and where we were and things like that. So it was emotional, you know. Every time we think back upon it, I don't know that there's been something in your lifetime that has impacted you as much as.
The only thing that I would say would equal that is COVID.
Okay.
Not in the as strong as harsh,
Yeah.
terrible thing to happen, but equal in historicalness.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
If that makes sense.
it does. I think the big difference between those two, well, I was going to say events, but really that's the big difference. The 9/11 was an event. We didn't see it coming. We didn't see it coming. It happened in, basically, if you look back on it, the blink of an eye. It happened over one morning. Yeah, so I see the similarities that you're talking about, but it was sure different, isn't it?
Yeah.
What does Mickey
She
say?
says, thanks for all you do.
Oh, very kind. Thank you, Mickey. You're so kind. You're so kind. I'm not going to do that. I don't know how we got 13 people watching. If you
All 13 of you.
want to jump in and not you, Bill. He's reaching for his phone. That he's going to be. We are going to turn it over to the voice of the Bolts here, Jeff Hoskins, quite a bit during this pregame, I think, because he's going to be doing a lot of announcing for the veterans that are out on the track. So I personally like the fact that we got tied into their system.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
It's saves a lot of talking on our part.
Yeah. It's hard to talk when somebody is sitting right next to you saying the
Same thing.
same exact thing.
I know, exactly.
So it just makes sense to have him say it.
So I'm going to apologize right off the bat here. We do have Woodward Academy's roster for tonight. However, the roster that we were given, I can already see is incomplete. I'm seeing a lot of numbers on jerseys down there that are not on this printed roster. So I apologize for that. I will miss names for sure. No disrespect by it. It's just working with what I got here. Shoot, I missed names for our kids, and I've known them for 12 years now. So.
Do you want to run through anything else, and
Let's-
I will go?
Let's
if you want
actually.
anything from the concession stand?
Yeah, let's.
We can play some of the longer
Yeah,
ones.
let's do one of the tributes,
Okay.
and we will play these probably twice each, don't you think?
Yeah.
Throughout the
Yep,
night.
yep.
Okay. So let's play this one.
This message is from myself, my immediate family, my extended family, members of the Baxter Congregational United Church of Christ, and of course many members within the Baxter community. We just wanted to take a quick moment to say thank you to my dad, Greg Christensen, for not only his service as a sailor in the United States Navy from 1973 to 1977, but for his years of passion and dedication that stretch well beyond his years in the Navy. One of my favorite memories of my dad in regards to his role as commander in the American Legion is the constant Veterans Day program that I knew would always happen from my kindergarten year at Baxter all the way up until my senior year at Baxter. I knew that morning we would all be assembled in the gymnasium, and my dad would give an energetic good morning and expect that same response and that same level of passion from the students that that were there. And well beyond that, thank you for all of the Memorial Day services, ensuring that all of our veterans that are laid to rest in all of the rural cemeteries around Jasper County, ensuring that they have a flag at their tombstone, all of the pancake suppers and fundraisers for the American Legion, for marching in the Baxter Fun Days Parade, for ensuring that there are soldiers at every military funeral, for once again being the commander of the American Legion for, I believe, 20 years, potentially more than 20 years. There's so much that we're all thankful for in regards to the sacrifice that you've made and the dedication that you've shown, Dad. So from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you, and we love you.
All right, great tribute there from Cody Christensen for his dad. Tell you, Cody really making a name for himself, not only in the music industry, but also now doing a podcast that is being heard by tons and tons of people across really around the world. So Cody's doing an amazing job. Baxter alum, and just really proud of Cody. So we're going to get the colors out here. Our camera operator went down to be recognized, so.
I want to thank American Legion Post 493 for the presentation of the colors. Those individuals are Greg Christensen, Noah Brindle, Jared Floss, Doug Bishop, and Lynn Herndon. At this time, if you would please rise. Tomorrow, September 11th, marks the 20th anniversary of the terrorist attacks on our country of September 11th, 2001. We ask that we take a moment of silence to remember all the lives lost and families that were forever affected. We also want to honor the courage of the first responders that day and all our first responders who serve our communities each and every day. We also want to say thank you to all of our active military and veterans who defend our freedom. At this time, please keep all of these people in our thoughts, and let's have a moment of silence. And now if you would remain standing for the playing of our national anthem by the Baxter High School Band under the direction of Jamie Flanagan. Down in front of you. Thank you very much.
All right, Jimmy.
That's yours?
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Yep.
All right, we showed the Cody Christensen tribute to his dad, Greg Christensen, and Greg was out there presenting the colors. with looked like Noah Brindle, Doug Bishop. I didn't catch all the names, but Haji read them off while you were gone, so that's good. All right, about ready to start, huh? We got some. Oh, this is Kristen Luther's first Jimmy and Patch broadcast of the year. Is that what she says?
My first Jimmy and Patch broadcast of the year. Okay, well,
Welcome,
we'll try and
Kristen.
make a good one. We'll see what happens. It's usually hit or miss.
Now, Cody Christensen was the last tribute that we did. Have you heard any of his music?
I have not.
Oh, dude, you got to.
I figured he had to do some sort of streaming or music or something with his setup that he had.
So he's part of a band. It's called Crystal Grid. CRYZTAL Grid. It's on iTunes. It's on everything. Really, really cool music because it's just him and one other guy. The one guy does. They program it all into a synthesizer, and then so it's all electronic. But then Cody plays the saxophone over top of it, and it's pretty wild. So if anybody wants to check it out, please do. Crystal Grid, CRYZTAL Grid. All right, here come the Bulls carrying the American flag. Led by seniors Grant Bortz and Rory Hare.
And
Carter Sampson. Sorry, I was going to get there. Another senior I don't see on the field. Is the dorm fridge not here tonight? I know we got some kids sick.
Dorm fridge. I don't know where he would be.
Got a couple of kids hurt. And Haji is introducing everybody. So Woodward Academy Knights is who we're playing tonight. Again, they come in 0-2. Coaches are Jason Harris, Marjarvis Hogan, Mike Williams, and Colton Preston. They opened the season with a loss at Collins Maxwell, 46-12, and then a loss at Coon Rapids Bayard, 51-6. Zach Sampson is the honorary captain tonight.
He represented Baxter the Shrine Bowl in 2013. Held various passing records for CMD. He was also a two-time state champion.
No, I know. I should put his on.
Let's
Sorry.
welcome back Zach Sampson.
So I just missed all that. So it's great that we're plugged in, but I didn't use it, so that's fine. But Zach Sampson comes back. I watched Zach play a lot of football games. And his brother Danny. All right, again, if you're just joining us, I do have to apologize that the roster I have here for Woodward Academy is incomplete. I'm seeing a ton of players wearing numbers anyway that are not on my roster. So, again, I mean no disrespect if you're watching from Woodward Academy. I won't be able to get a lot of names, I don't think.
Unless you know them and would like to send them in.
That'd be great. If you're watching and you want to type in the comments. Number 74 was warming up with the first team offense, and he is not on the roster. So looks like Baxter won the toss and elected to defer. So Woodward Academy will receive the opening kickoff. They will move left to right on your radio dial, heading into the sun for the first quarter here. All right.
Okay, now we're ready.
Now you ready?
Yep.
All right, why don't you take it over a bit, okay?
Okay, yep. Just under 5 minutes till game time here.
Academy, which is sort of like Woodward. We talked to the coach one night and said, we don't know until the bus leaves.
Jimmy, it appears that the teams are ready to play a little too early.
Yes.
I've never
And
seen this before.
I'm stuck here with nothing to say.
Well,
Hey, you got a little something on front of your
I got awesomeness on the front of my shirt.
Yeah, looks like both teams ready to go. Just
Just
3 minutes
early.
left. I hope they can't. They just there they go. Now they're telling the get the clock going here. Okay, Woodward Academy getting ready to receive from the Bolts.
Uh-oh. I done got ketchup all over myself. All right, we're going to put that right there. What do you think, Jimmy?
Jake's been having a great kicking season.
He has.
So
He's
far
had a
this
lot
year.
of touchbacks already.
Yeah.
Which pretty much, negates the return game for anybody when you can't return it. And here's the run up in the kick. We're starting a little bit early tonight, 6:57. Ball fielded about the 8-yard line. Got some room around the right side. Got some blockers set up. A flag is down. Still on his feet. Now the 20, the 15, 10. He's going to go. Touchdown, Woodward Academy. We'll see what the flag is. An inauspicious start here for the Bolts. See what Jimmy, do you have the scoreboard broadcasted?
I do on this side. There we go.
you go.
Now we're ready to go.
And it's going to be holding against the Knights. That's going to take back that return.
Oh, wow.
Well, that would have been a bad way to start for the Bolts, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 12, I think I do have William Beasley Jr. is how he's listed in the program. That was who took that all the way back to the house. He's listed as a wide receiver.
That's going to take him back to 13-yard line.
Yeah, it's 5 yards back from the spot of the foul, or 10 yards back from the spot of the foul. So all the way back to the 13-yard line. So instead of a touchdown, what a turn here. Instead of a touchdown, the Knights will have 1st and 10 at their own 13. All right, see, set up in 4-receiver set. Quarterback takes the snap, got happy feet back there. They're going to roll out to his left, looking for a little bit of yardage. He scampers out of bounds after a yard of about 2. So trying to pass on their first play. Gain of 2 on the play makes it 2nd and 8. And Jimmy, I'm going to say Woodward Granger at least 4 times tonight instead of Woodward Academy because I'm just
I would
used
have
to
never
it.
even thought of that unless you just said
I know,
it.
but
so.
I'm just used to it, and I know it's going to happen. All right, 3 receivers in the pattern, 1 running back in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it to that man in the backfield, looking to get around to the left side. And see where they mark him. He definitely went out of bounds, but it is going to be a first down. First down Knights, and that's number 12 again, William Beasley. I think the quarterback is number 10, Ricky Promise. William Beasley Jr., number 12. Bolts defense is going to have to wake up here.
That's the same play, wasn't it? Similar?
Same play as what, Jimmy?
2 same plays in a row.
No,
They
the
did?
one was it?
Well, that's why I'm not
Pass.
playing football.
Well, we're going to reset the clock here.
11:28 on the clock.
All right, got the clock all situated here. And we are ready to go. 1st and 10 here for the Knights. Ball resting at the 25-yard line. Same set as last time, 2 receivers and a running back. Mr. Referee saw a illegal procedure. So illegal procedure on the Knights is going to take them back 5 yards. And that's actually the scouting report I heard on this team over the week is that they've got athletes. They can definitely play the game, but just have a lot of penalty yards. So if they get that cleaned up, they might be a decent team. Good team, actually. Here's Beasley to the right side. He tries to run over Cody Damon. Cody gets him down after a gain of about 7 or 8 on the play. We'll call it 7. Make it 2nd and 3. I'm sorry, 2nd and 7. So it was a gain of 8, 2nd and 7.
2nd and 8.
That's what I said. It was a gain of 7. It was 2nd and 8.
Oh, okay, there you go. Weren't you a math
I
teacher?
didn't say that yet. I'll shut up. I did the math. I did 10 minus 7, got 3. Too bad it was 15 minus 7. Here's Promise trying the left side around a wall of blockers, and he's going to get a good gain of about 4 yards on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and 4. 32 watchers right now. Go ahead and drop us a note where you're watching from and who you're rooting for here. And we can read some tributes online if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to send them in, we'll read them.
Yeah, shout out somebody that in your family, a loved one that is a first responder, EMT, police, fire, military. Pass is complete on the left side, and it looks like he's going to score. Number 31, Yellow Robe. Vidal Yellow Robe is into the end zone for the Knights touchdown, and this is the first time this year that the Bolts have been behind. Last year, did you know the Bolts, that was the first ever shutout in the history of Baxter Bolts 8-man football?
It was the what?
First shutout. We didn't allow any points.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. We'd never given up less than 12. And then last week we didn't give up any. So there's a 2-point conversion attempt. Fake the handoff this time. Promise is trying the right side, but he's going to be wrapped up by Grant Bortz. 2-point conversion, no good. Leaves the score at 6-0. And we'll be right back after a tribute.
Tonight I'd like to send a tribute and thanks to my dad and brother, Vance and Clayton Weltha, who have served as both firefighters and EMTs/sheriff reserves in the Baxter and Jasper County area. Thank you all, and go Bolts.
Amber Weltha, thank you for your tribute for your dad and brother. Appreciate that very much. Two outstanding people. All right, we haven't mentioned the cheerleaders yet. Cheerleading captains, Kinley Bethards, Nicole Bunce, Natalie Durham, Joe Harder, Sammy Irwin, Morgan Ratliff, Reagan Russell, Leah Shanks, Peyton Vanderhayden, Bree Winfield, Maddie Griman, and Coach Cassie Applegate Brummel.
We got Aunt Robin. She's watching from Mitchellville. And Mr. Luther.
Oklahoma is online.
Watching from Oklahoma.
The entire state is online. So we have Kristen Luther watching from Ankeny.
Ankeny is online, yep.
And Mr. Luther watching from Oklahoma. All right. After getting their opening kickoff return called back, it was a touchdown called back for a penalty. Now they're going to kick off. He's got the ball not sitting on a tee, just sitting on the ground on the 30-yard line. And the ref stops the play. And, okay. Well, here comes the tee, maybe. Okay, here we go. We got the tee.
He
Young
was
man's
just
going to
gonna-
set it up on the tee. He was just going to kick it
gonna
off
do it.
off the ground. All right, here we go. Ball set up at the 30. It's a short kick, going to land at about the 24-yard line, and it goes out of bounds, and that'll be a penalty on Woodward Academy.
Do they kick again or start there? Start there.
It's up to the Bolts, but it looks like the offense is trotting out on the field. They're going to take the ball. Looks like a penalty where it went out of bounds. So
Kale's-
5 yards, huh?
Kale's watching the game in a very compact room
No.
at ISU.
Kale Johnston. Go Hawks. That probably did not go well in that crowded room, but that's okay.
It's crowded with just one person.
All right, Bolts have their first possession at the 35-yard line. 4 receivers in the pattern, put Rory Hare in motion. High snap, and Rory has to come down with it, and there's that number 74. I knew I was going to need to know his name, but he is not on the roster. But that is a loss of 5 on the first play. 2nd and 15 here for the Bolts. The high snap, Cody had to go up and get it and then hand the ball to Rory, and the timing was all off on that play. This time Cody fakes the handoff to Rory, takes it himself, going to gain about 4 of those yards back, but it's still going to bring up 3rd and 11. And not a good start here for the Bolts, huh?
No. Woodward is putting the pressure on.
All right, 3rd and 11 here. Cody's got 2 receivers on each side of him. And there's the lack of discipline on the defense, going to give the Bolts 5 yards. And going to bring up still a long 3rd and 6. What do you think? Tried it again?
Try it again. They do that a lot, you said?
Yeah, it's the knock I heard on him this week is that a lot of penalty yards in the first 2 games. Yeah. All right, Cody takes a snap, setting up the screen, and one Knight read it perfectly, and he was waiting on it. Pass was overthrown, probably a good thing, otherwise Rory was going to get smashed. Allie just told me after months, remember when Nicola was here, and I was talking about he was just a couple shy of the record for extra points in a career. He broke the record tonight.
Oh, good.
All right, Cody takes a snap, looking to his left. He's got Jake Travis out there, and he is going to be smacked out of bounds, but not before he gets enough for a Baxter Bolts.
First down.
Nice play there, and notice coaches left Rory in the backfield to give Cody a little bit more protection. Number 74 is an absolute beast in the middle. So 1st and 10, ball on the 30-yard line. Cody takes the snap, going to give it to Rory this time, right up the middle, sidesteps to the tackler, and he's going to get about 5 on the play. So Rory takes it from the 30 to the 25 of Woodward Academy. 2nd and 5, another handoff to Rory. Breaks the tackle in the backfield, but not the second one. He's going to be dropped for about a half-yard loss. Bring up 3rd and a long 5, we'll call it 6. Rory was able to break the first tackle, but it slowed him up enough for the second one to get him. So we just put on Facebook this week that anybody could send tributes in to get played on the air. We had 14 of them come in
That
just
is,
a couple of days. That's pretty awesome.
yeah.
All right, 3rd and 6. Cody takes a snap, takes it right up the middle. He's able to dodge a couple of tacklers, and it looks like he has enough for a Baxter Bolts.
First down. Good setup. Good
Thank you.
enthusiasm.
All right, Bolts driving here on their opening possession after giving up the touchdown early to Woodward Academy. 1st and 10, ball at the 18-yard line. Here's a quick pitch out to Cale Shepley. Going to gain about 4 on the play. Make it 2nd and 6. So the Bolts aren't getting big chunks of yardage like they have in the last 2 weeks, but
They're going in the right direction.
they are. They are. Been aided by a penalty on this drive by the defense. Snap to Cody, a little jump pass to Rory Hare out to the outside. He's got one man to beat, and he can't. Brings him down after a good gain, but Rory does have enough for another Baxter Bolts.
First down.
Oh, try that again. What is it?
1st and goal.
There we go. All right. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. .625 left to go in this opening quarter. Bolts trying to answer the opening drive by the Knights. Currently leads 6-0. Here's a straight ahead running by Rory Hare. Still fighting for it. He's going to take it down to the 6-yard line, gain of just about 2. So it'll be 2nd goal from the 6-yard line.
It's a great night out.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
It was hot when we first got here.
Yes, it was. And I think it's probably going to get cold when the sun
Tonight?
goes down.
Ah, nah. It's supposed to be 96 degrees tomorrow.
No,
And
it's
humid.
not.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, trip receivers to the right, and Cody draws them off sides one more time. Good job by Cody Damon to neutralize that pass rush using a hard count. Going to be half the distance to the goal line. It'll be 2nd and 3 now. 2nd and goal from the 3. 5:47 left to go. 5:45 left to go in this first quarter.
We tried to get something set up for the clock, but
Just
it just didn't work.
don't have the equipment to do it, do we?
We'll keep thinking of something.
Yep. Oh, Cody can walk into the end zone. Put 3 receivers on the right side. Cody goes to the left, and that is a touchdown Baxter Bolts to tie the game 6-6. Bolts have been very, very good in 2-point conversion percentage this year. What's wrong?
I was just wondering, I tried to do an instant replay, but it didn't go.
Uh-oh. Why not?
I don't know.
There it goes.
I didn't hit transition.
Oh,
First
you
down the
silly
job.
kid. We'll
I
get
was-
an instant replay next time.
I was worried I messed it up when I did, like when I type things and I'm like doing shift and stuff, it'll hit some of the hotkeys. I didn't want to mess anything up.
All right, Cody's going for the 2-point conversion here. He rolls to his right, passes over the top to Rory Hare, and it's good. So the Bolts take that 8-6 lead with 5:32 left to go in the first quarter. 8-6 Bolts. Back after this. Thank you.
Okay. 5:32 left in the first quarter. Bolts are up 8-6. Woodward coming out to receive the ball from the Bolts.
All right, so Haji just did some work for us and found out that number 74's name is Fernando Cooks. So now we'll have a name to go with the stud lineman that Woodward Academy has. All right, Jake Travis back to kick. And out of bounds will be a penalty on the Bolts. All right, so we'll see what Woodward Academy wants to do here. This is the second penalty on a kickoff here tonight. Woodward Academy had one that started the Bolts drive, and now the Bolts return the favor. So Woodward Academy is going to have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. All right, number 10, Ricky Promise, under center. Takes a snap, turns, and hands it off to Beasley. Beasley's trying the right side. He's going to have a gain of 3 before he's brought down. Just a lot of forward progress. There is a flag on the play, though, I see now, as the body's clear. And it is going to be holding against the Knights. And it's 5 yards from the spot of the foul, so that's going to move the ball, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Going to move the ball all the way back to the 25-yard line. And we'll repeat 1st down. So 1st down and 20.
I thought it didn't repeat down.
It does on penalty. If you take the penalty, yeah, they get the down over. That's kind of the trade-off.
Well,
so 1st and 20 here for the Knights. Ball back at their own 25 now. Promise under center. And he's moving people around. And 74 was down in a 3-point stance and raised up, so he's going to get called for the false start.
moving back even farther.
Yep, so now it's going to be 1st and 25.
First and about Dubuque.
Wrong direction, Jimmy.
I know, I think you say the wrong direction. Dubuque's that way.
Yeah, and they've got to go that way.
Oh, and they got to go all the way to Bondurant. I get it.
There you go. There you go. All right, so 1st and 25. Promise has 2 receivers to his left. Takes the snap, pitches out to Beasley to the left, cut back to the right. Tried to do a stiff arm. He's a tough man to bring down. Good gain of about 6 on the play.
Took about 3 or 4 bolts to bring him down.
Strong young man. Oh, when he comes up limping, that is not a good sign for the Knights. He is favoring that left foot pretty bad now. All right. Oh, a high snap over the head of the quarterback. Going to fall on it all the way down inside the 10. The Knights are definitely going in the wrong direction now. The ball is going to be placed at the 8-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down.
In a lot.
And Huxley.
26? 36.
36 yards. 37 yards, the booth is calling it. Let's call it 37.
Okay, well, I can't just have one?
Nope, not this time. So 3rd and 37. 4 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Bolts lead 8-6. Let's see what the Knights can dial up here. Another high snap, but Promise comes down with it. Tries Clapper, has him, but he gets the pass off, and it's complete to Beasley, who's on the right side. And he is going to be, didn't go out of bounds? I thought he went out of bounds. But there is definitely a flag on the field, and everyone saw that.
Should we go to a replay?
Sure.
See if we can.
Yeah, see if we can see a crackback block there.
Oh, he was out right there.
Yeah, he was out, but the ref was looking at the penalty, so he didn't see him step out of bounds. All right, so we'll see. Is it Rory? Is that what I heard? You do the replay again or no? Is it too
Yeah,
late?
no, I can. What'd you say it was?
So going down here, Roy's trying to make the tackle, and did you see it? Try it again. So right, watch Rory coming down here. Boom.
Oh,
see it right there?
Can't do that?
No, it's basically a defensive player. He's not looking. You kind of hit him without him looking, and it can cause some serious injury is apparent by the fact that the player is still down.
And what was that called again?
Well, in what? Blindside block.
Blindside block.
We used to call it a crackback because it would you would come against the green. Like if the play was going to the right, the offensive player would come back from the right to the left and pick somebody off, and they kind of it's not really behind them, so but you can't see it if both eyes are facing one way, you don't see it happening, right?
Yep.
All right, good to see Rory get up. Hopefully he just got the wind knocked out of him. Trainer's down there looking him over, trying to get him to drink some water, because water fixes a ton. Rory does not look real happy, nor should he be. So 3:39 left to go in the first quarter. And the ball is on the 13-yard line. 3rd and 37. Play clock's under 10. Here's the snap. Oh, nearly intercepted and it's caught. Good tackle there by Cale Shepley, but after a huge gain, going to bring up a very manageable 4th down and 4. Jake Travis tipped it, and it went right into the hands of Brandon Robertson, number 11, a sophomore. And he did the rest. Across midfield, the Knights have the ball at the 39 of the Bolts. 3 minutes left to play in the first quarter now, 8-6 Bolts. Big defensive play here coming up for the Bolts.
They don't have enough.
And the flag comes out. You heard Mr. Aker yelling from the booth, that's not enough guys on the line of scrimmage, and that will be illegal formation.
Illegal formation against the Knights, who lose ball back 5. They get 4th down.
How many people do you have to have on there?
In 11-man, it's 7 on the line. You can have 8, and you can have 4 in the backfield. So I want to say it's probably 4.
4, yeah.
But I don't know, to be honest with you. Maybe if Cale can jump in and tell us how many people have to be on the line of scrimmage in 8-man football. Because Cale was an 8-man stud. All right, so another penalty here. Offense does have to stay still.
Could be a long night.
It could be. It's
Every time whistle blows, stops the clock.
2:36 left to go. 2:36 left to go in the first quarter, and it's another 5-yard illegal procedure or illegal false start, I guess probably, because I think the player was bouncing a little bit.
You know, after so many flags, you just automatically lose, right?
Is that the truth?
That's, yeah.
Now what happened here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They only got 7 on. There comes the 8th. 4th down now. They look like they're going to punt. And they do. It's a straight up can of corn. Bounces at the 30. Going to rest at the 28-yard line.
What'd you just call that?
In baseball, it's called a can of corn when it's a pop-up like that. Good to see Rory Hare back on the field after that vicious hit earlier.
All I was told was to catch a ball and run.
I am of no help. Thanks, Cale. I appreciate that. Catch the ball and run. Too bad nobody told you to run in the correct direction. Old wrong way Johnston there. Just kidding. Cody takes the snap, looking deep down the left sideline.
Long pass.
Oh, almost intercepted, almost caught. hits the ground. No harm done. Trayton Travis was the intended receiver. Trayton Travis was named the Jasper County Tribune Athlete of the Week this week. He scored 3 touchdowns last week in 3 different ways. Got him the award. All right, Rory's lined up in the Wildcat this time. Going to try right up the middle, and he's going to be brought down after a gain of about 4. Going to bring up 3rd and 6, excuse me. Pipe down over there, Jimmy. We are under 2 minutes to play, 1:45 left to go in this quarter. This time Cody's looks like he's gonna have 3 receivers to his left. Jake Travis to his right. Cody takes the snap, looks at Rory, has Trayton Travis over the middle, wide open, tries to make a man miss, and he's going to be brought down at the 25-yard line after the big gain and plenty for a Baxter Bolts.
First down.
All right, so the 25-yard line of the Knights is where the Bolts have it now, 1st and 10. Cody takes the snap, going to follow Rory up the middle this time. Going to have a good gain out close to another first down. We'll see where they mark it. Jimmy, get that voice ready. I think we have it, a Baxter Bolts.
First down. Bolts building some momentum.
Yeah, Uncle Mo on the side of the purple. Good spin move by Cody. Has to finally get out of bounds, but not before he gains 6 yards on the play. All right, 2nd and 4, would you say, from the 9? Is that what you put it at?
Yep. 2nd and 4 with
right.
a minute left to go.
1 minute remaining. Puts Jake Travis in motion, hands the ball to Jake. Got plenty of room around the left side. He's going to look the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Baxter Bolts. Let's look at that one again, Jimmy. Puts Jake Travis in motion. Gives him the ball, and it's just a sprint to the pylon at that point. And nice blocking on the left side there by the Bolts. And that makes it 14-6 with 56 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Looks like maybe the Bolts have woken up a little bit, but you got to wonder where the game would be if it wasn't for the penalties on the Knights. Again, put Jake Travis in motion. A little pop pass to Nate McMiniman. The lineman gets out for the 2-point conversion. We saw that play last week, and that is a good one. Nate McMiniman scores 2, makes it 16-6 Baxter Bolts with 56 seconds left to go. We'll be right back after this. All right, here we go. 16-6, 56 seconds left to go in this first quarter. And again, Jimmy, you got to wonder where this game would be if it wasn't for the penalties on the Knights, right? So Trayton Travis is back to kick now. Here's the run up and the kick. And it's onside, but there's a penalty flag down. False start on the play by the Bolts. It looked like someone was over the line before the ball was kicked. And never fear, we do have a dorm fridge sighting out there.
Do we? Good.
So
I was worried.
I was too. I thought maybe he was
I
sick,
figured that's it. We're done. We might as well just pack up.
Yeah. If we don't have the dorm fridge, how are we going to keep
don't
our
have
6
nothing.
packs of pop cold? So this is going to make people upset, especially Iowa State fans. But the guest picker for tomorrow's game was just announced, and it is, in fact, Ashton Kutcher as the guest picker for tomorrow's game. Yeah. Oh, and that is covered down there at the 23-yard line, and that's where the Knights will take over. So an hour ago, that was. What's your prediction for tomorrow's game? Did you know there's a game tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
My prediction is I do not care.
All right, 50 seconds. 50 seconds left to go. In this first quarter, the Knights have it 1st and 10 at their own 23. The first drive looked so promising. Last drive was just penalty after penalty, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Here's a pitch out to Beasley, not limping anymore. And he's going to be dropped by Cody Damon after a gain of about 3, I'll call it. We'll call it 2nd and 7. Now he's limping a little bit on the way back to the huddle. So Hadji brings up a good point. Is the prediction that you're not going to care? Or is that a certainty that you're not going to care?
I guess that'd be more of a certainty.
Okay.
That's what he said. That's what he
Yeah, he just said, what's the prediction? Is that you're not going to care? If so, it's a safe prediction, huh?
Yeah, you can bet on that one.
Beasley takes the snap. He's going to go to the left. There's a flag down. We'll have to see what this is. The result of the play is going to be about a 1-yard gain. We're down to 38 seconds left. And it looks like they're pointing towards the Knights, holding on Woodward Academy. Spot of the foul is going to be about the 25-yard line, so it looks like they're going to be back at the 15. All right, so we'll repeat the down. It'll be 2nd and 15. And we are down to 30 seconds left to go in this period. Play clock under 10. Now under 5. They get the snap off, looks to his left, rolls that way, throws it downfield. He's got a man, but it's overthrown. And that's going to stop the clock with 11 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Jimmy, we can get one of the longer ones queued up for quarter, right?
Definitely.
Really do appreciate, again, all the people that have put in the tributes that we're seeing tonight. I enjoyed doing them, enjoyed seeing people and hearing about them. And so, okay. All right, 3rd and 18, 11 seconds left to go. Ball's at the 15-yard line. Again, trying down the left side, and it's well overthrown. Intended receivers, number 12, William Beasley Jr. Been a good, really a star tonight for the Knights. 5 seconds left to go, and the clock is stopped for 4th and 18 now. Ball is at the 15-yard line.
Uncle Randy says, "Who's this Jimmy guy? He sounds just like you."
You know, that happened so long ago, I wonder if people actually even know why it's Jimmy. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was kind of obscure, but
yeah.
Nice high punt, bounces right at the 40-yard line, just straight up, and dies right there. The Bolts will have to wait till the next quarter to take over at midfield. We'll be back right after this. Molly Bottorff wrote in to say, I would like to honor the memory of Vance Weltha and Janie Smith. I learned so much from both of them over the years, and I appreciate the knowledge they shared with me and all of my fellow EMTs on the hundreds of calls we responded to. We were honored to serve next to them both. We lost them both way too soon, and they are missed every day. Being EMTs in a small town is one of the most rewarding but devastating jobs one can have. It's an honor to be able to care for members of our community when they are in need, but also heartbreaking in situations out of our control. Thank you for your support over the last 10 years to Jennifer Booth, Robin Hanson, Sally Seeley, Lindsay Sampson, Clayton Waltha, Shelley Eatwell, Brock Hansen, Nate Popenhagen, and many other members that have come and gone through the years. Molly also writes, thank you to my dad, Stephen J. Fredrickson, for his service in the U.S. Navy from 1963 to 1967. He loved living in Baxter and being involved in many groups and clubs. He was a member of the choir at Bethany Church, a member of the Garden Club, the American Legion, Book Club, was a city council member, business owner, and he and my mom were known for their epic Halloween parties back in the day. He loved to help others and would drop everything to help anyone in need. We miss him more than words. All right, start of the second quarter, Bolts lead 16-6, and they have it 1st and 10 just across midfield. Cody takes a snap. Little end around to Jake Travis, and he's got a lot of room on the left side. Got a blocker out there. He's down the left sideline, 10-5, touchdown, Baxter Bolts. Great play set up, great blocking downfield. Jake stays in bounds and scoots into the end zone. First play of the second quarter goes for a Baxter Bolts touchdown, making it 22-6. And that play just took 8 seconds off the clock. All right, 2-point conversion coming up. Cody takes the snap. Pitch out to Rory to the left side. He's got one man out there, and he gets in, no problem. 2-point conversion is good, 24-6 Baxter Bolts. And I'm going to take this opportunity real quick, Jimmy, to read a tribute that I just got in by text.
Okay.
Dennis Vaughn just texted me and says he wants to give a shout out, give a tribute to his niece Allison and her husband Christian Miranda, both in the Navy, nephew Matt Ainsworth in the National Guard, and Brian Hershofer, future son-in-law in the Navy. He says, and my wife, Chris, and son Caleb, both firefighters and first responders. Wow, that's a whole family of service right there.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Mr. Vaughn, for that tribute texted in. Feel free, if you have a tribute that you want us to read, throw it into the YouTube comments. Text me if you have your number. Text Jimmy if you have his number.
And we'll read them off
You
for you.
bet. Happy to do it. Jimmy, we might not get to even any jokes today just because we don't need to.
Yeah, that's true.
I told Doug Bishop he had to bring one with him, though.
Okay,
so
good.
We'll see what he does. Travis with the run-up and kick. Trayton Travis with the run-up and the kick. Going to be fielded at the 15, but it's on the ground still. That's a live ball, and it is covered by the Knights. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
I think we might have said it was halftime at some point because 2 people have asked if it's halftime. It is the beginning of the second quarter.
What did I say?
I don't know.
Did I say beginning of the second half?
I guess might have been second half.
Oh.
I
Well, I
don't know.
apologize.
If we did. Second quarter.
I did say that our halftime guest was going to be Doug Bishop, and he asked to bring
I think it was
somebody
before
up.
we went to the tribute.
Was it? Okay. All right, so we're 11:48 left to go in the first half. Knights take the ball, pitch it out to Beasley off the right side, and he's going to be dragged out of bounds after a gain of about 5. So that is William Beasley Jr., and we're stopping the clock. There's a flag down. I just saw it. I didn't see it at first, but it's on this near side. Illegal shift on the Knights. So we're going to negate that nice run, take him back 5 yards, and it will still be first down, 1st and 15. Tell you what, if this team ever gets this penalty thing figured out, they're going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think it would be my guess right now that they have just as many penalty yards as they do offensive yards. It was because the video was showing other things.
Oh, that's probably when we went to instant.
All right, so going to be a gain of 2 on the play there. The coaches next to us wanted a flag, but I, to be honest, I didn't see what they were after there.
I think it's because when we start the instant replay, it has just a little bit of the loading from the previous clip, maybe. I don't know. They said the thing was showing up. I don't know. Anyways.
All right. We'll have to figure that out. Bruce, we appreciate you typing in, but I guess I'm still a little confused, but we'll figure it out. All right, high snap and a high throw in through the hands of the intended receiver. And that is number 15, Stanley Walker, was the intended receiver there. All right, 10:53 left to go. We have a third. Well, the scoreboard's showing third. What do you have? You have third?
Third down and 12.
There they go. They're going to change it. There we go. Referees are on top of it. 3rd and 12. Ball on the 12-yard line. Another high snap. And again, it just throws off the timing. There was a blitz by the defense. And I think that was Drago saying, "I must break you."
I didn't watch Rocky.
Yeah, I gave you one job.
Man.
I am thoroughly disappointed in you.
Wow. Guess I forgot. Isaac Backus by next week, by the end of the football season.
Yeah, and I'm disappointed in Austin Backus, too, who said that he would make sure you watch it. All right, ball's going to be out of bounds at about the, whoa, where are we going here? That was a good mark, considering it almost hit Haas. Wow. So Coach Haas was standing out of bounds at the 25, and he had to dodge out of the way, and they give it to us at the 30. So we'll take it there. 10. It was 25. 25. 10 minutes, 11 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. And this is a unique, nice play here. Nate McMiniman has it. Oh, and he just can't quite break that tackle. He was looking for the end zone. Great formation there by the Bolts. Throw the ball to Nate McMiniman, the lineman, who has a couple of two-point conversions on the year. This time he wanted 6.
And now he has enough for...
and he has enough for a Baxter Bolts.
1st and goal.
My bad. So 1st and goal here at the 7. Under 10 minutes to play in the first half here, and the Bolts are going to take a timeout. We'll take one with them and take a look at maybe a Lauren Ratliff video, huh?
Yeah.
I saw Baxter was doing a military, first responder, police, firefighter, EMT night. And I knew I had to submit something because my dad, Jerry Ratliff, fits in almost every single one of those categories. So to the man that does it all, thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. Go Bolts and go Cyclones.
Sergeant Ace Etheridge joined the Iowa Army National Guard in 2016 and re-enlisted in 2021. His MOS is 92F. Sergeant Veronica Stevens enlisted in the Iowa Army National Guard in 2007 and is currently serving in Iraq. She is in the Combined Joint Task Force Operation Inherent Resolve. Lisa Etheridge is very proud of both of them. All right, we are back on.
Bill getting a shot of the cheerleaders there.
Doing a nice job. I got to give a quick plug, Jimmy, on Facebook. The After Prom Committee has a fundraiser on Facebook. If you search 2022 After Prom, you will find us. It's called the Gridiron Grapple. Fake handoff to Rory, and Cody walks in. Touchdown, Baxter Bolts. Makes it 30-6.
Do you want to give a quick once-over of what that is?
Yeah, did you see it? Because your grandma needs help to compete. Did you see
Because
that?
she asked me,
Yeah.
and she thought it was my class doing it.
No,
And
but
so I
it's
told
for
her-
your after.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
for your after
But,
prom.
but since it wasn't us doing this, setting this up fundraiser,
Gotcha.
I had no idea. I told her I thought it was like a fantasy football or something.
Not really. I'll go through it here in just a second. Cody's going to try to get us a 2-point conversion here. He takes a snap, looking to the right. He's got Jake Travis wide open. Little misdirection. 3 guys on the right side. They all went left. Jake was on the left side. He went right, and nobody followed him. 2-point conversion is good, making it 32-6 with 9:53 left in this first half. So we'll stay here for now, if that's okay, Jimmy.
Yep.
So, okay, you have to go to Facebook. If you're on Facebook, search for the 2022 After Prom Gridiron Grapple. That's a private group. You can request membership. But what's going on is each week you pick who you think is going to win in one NFL game. Just the team, just the winner, right? Mm-hmm. And as long as you keep winning, you stay in the competition.
Oh, any NFL game you pick a winner?
Yep. And if you lose one of those weeks, you're out.
Okay.
The last person in wins half the money.
Okay.
And right now,
do you pay each week?
Nope. You pay $20 to get in, and you're in the rest of the time. Now, the one caveat is you can't pick the same team within 3 weeks. So if you pick the Chiefs this week, you can't pick them again until week 6.
So you have to do a different.
You have to do a different team.
I see. Okay, yeah, that definitely makes more sense.
Yeah, you can't just pick the best team over and over and over and over, and because everybody would do that, right?
Yep.
Trayton Travis with the run up and the kick. It's a grounder.
Same kick.
Taken at the 30 and going to be driven out of bounds after a gain of about 1. So anyway, there are 109 people signed up for this Facebook
already?
group. Yeah.
Holy
so,
cow.
And the deadline is this coming Thursday because we're starting in the NFL Week 2, which games start this Thursday. So the deadline is noon this Thursday to get your $20 in. There are instructions on the Facebook page. And then you have to get your first pick in by that time as well.
Do they just send you the pick, or is
I
there
got
like
a form.
a
I got a
sheet
Google
or something?
form that they just fill out, and I'll do a new Google form each week, and we'll be good to go.
Awesome. Now, are you after prom or prom fundraising?
After prom fundraising, yeah. So we're trying to just make a safe, fun after prom for Baxter this year. And they're going to get They're going to get another flag out of it too. The coaches up here see it right away. They don't have enough people on the line of scrimmage, and now some frustration is taking over. The ball was thrown out of the pile there, so I don't think any of the refs saw it, but that's okay. So that was not enough. That's going to be an illegal formation. Not enough men on the line of scrimmage, and. And it looks like they're going to take the result of the play, making it 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8, they gave them a gain of about 2 on that play. I'm not sure that they would have taken the penalty. They might have taken the penalty if they thought it was a gain of 2. We thought it was no gain up here. Trying the right side this time, breaking a couple tackles. That's Beasley out there. And he's going to be a few yards short of the first down. We'll call it 3rd and about 4. We'll call it 4.
Yeah, I'd say 4.
It looks like 4 to me.
Yeah.
So anyway, 109 people, and if everybody that signed up pays the 20, that's over 2,000 people.
At least $20.
That's 2,000 people, $2,000.
Yes.
So the winner stands to make over $1,000 right now.
Wow.
If everybody that is in the group pays.
Is the winnings a percentage or
50%?
50%.
50% is the winner.
Wow.
All right, Beasley trying to weave his way through, and I'm not sure why the whistle stopped play there. He was still moving forward. He's going to have enough for a nice first down. But he was still moving forward, and they were blowing the whistle, so. 8:37 left to go in this first half, and the Knights have it 1st and 10 at their own 38. No, at the Bolts 38, excuse me.
Everybody leave a comment where you're watching from, what you had for supper, what'd you do today, I don't know, something.
Something.
We'll make anything work.
Beasley forced out of bounds this time after a gain of 1. Going to bring up 2nd and, oh, they're going to give him no gain on the play, so 2nd and 10.
I definitely thought he had at least one.
Me too. Me too.
Huh.
It's difficult sometimes.
Oh, Grandma had spaghetti and meatballs. Thanks.
All right, Beasley trying the left side. We got flags on the field on both sides of the ball. We'll see what we got here. False start on the offense. We're going to
They're down in 8.
Yeah. So I don't know if Coach Luther's maybe thinking that was a short gain, and declining the penalty keeps the clock moving. All right, regardless, 3rd and 8 here. 36-yard line. Pitch out to the outside, that's Walker, and we're going to have a penalty down, and this time I think it's going to be on the Bolts. Looks like it's going to be face mask on the Bolts.
Mr. and Mrs. Carter had BLTs. Is this fun?
It is face mask on the Bolts. I think that's the first penalty. No, the kick out of bounds was the first penalty on the Bolts, and right?
And not enough people on the line.
That wasn't us.
Oh, yeah, that's... See, that's why I was confused. And why did we move forward? I mean, we move backwards, they move forward.
No, that isn't true.
I don't know. That whole thing that happened had me confused. Anyways.
All right, so 3rd and 5 here. Ball on the 32-yard line, 33-yard line. And that is definitely a penalty. We had a guy moving. We had a snap infraction. And that's going to drop him back after that gain. So it's 5 yards forward, 5 yards back. And we're back to where we started, 3rd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Nana and Pappy Scroggins are watching from Wyoming as usual.
Nice.
She says surprise.
Thank you, Nana and Pappy. All right, we're going to take a timeout here. It's timeout Knights. 6:56 left to go in the second quarter. Bolts have a 32-6 lead. Back after this. Mickey Speaker submitted these two tributes. Mickey says, this is my son Shadow with his nieces Sierra, Charlie, and nephew Miles. He is a 2007 graduate of ADM High School. He was a 2-time All-State football, state track, Drake relays, and missed going to state and wrestling due to illness. He went to Iowa Central to play football for 1 year and also came home and joined the Army. He was in headquarters in Des Moines. This is my son Wyatt and his family, wife Christina, children Hugo and Quinn. Wyatt is a 2005 graduate of ADM High School. He was an all-state football player, state wrestler, star track, and Drake relays. He spent 1 year playing football at Iowa Central and decided to join the Army. He spent 1 tour in Iraq. Thank you both.
Okay. We're back. I got a joke sent in here.
All right, let's hear it.
What kind of insect is not a good football player?
Do not know.
A fumblebee.
Kind of like that.
That one didn't come from house, but it could have.
All right, 3rd and 10 here for the Knights. Ball's on the 38-yard line of the Bolts. Two lead blockers trying the right side now on the cutback. Going to cut back again, and this time he is rocked by Drago.
What do you think Drago said that
he
time?
says, I must break you. You will lose. Oh, and
now we shouldn't have said that.
yeah, I know. I tell you what, let's take a timeout with him if we can. We have more that we can play here. Susan Holsinger wrote in to say, my son, Master Sergeant Grant Crandall, and daughter-in-law, Master Sergeant Haley Crandall, and son-in-law, Sergeant First Class Brett Cherry. Grant signed up for the Air Force 2 days after 9/11 and went in after graduating that next May. He and his wife met in the Air Force and are making it a career. Brett also signed up for the Army right after graduation, and he was blown up in Afghanistan by a suicide bomber 12 years ago and still re-enlisted. He is also making it his career. I am very proud of all of them. Our next tribute tonight is from Jennifer Brindle for her son Noah Brindle. Jennifer says, Noah Brindle was just 4 months old when 9/11 happened and was too little to remember it then, but old enough to stand up and fight, protect, and serve our country now. I am so proud of his strength, courage, heroism, bravery, and endurance. I am thankful for the son I raised and the man he has become. Love, his mom.
Okay, we're back.
All right. They helped the young man off the field, and now we're going to take another timeout. So we'll take one with them, I guess.
Actually, you want to do
Birthday?
birthday shout-outs
right, let's do
before
that.
we forget? Cue those up. Got 2 birthday shout-outs tonight. Happy 9th birthday to Jadlyn Kinzel, and happy birthday to Kathy Carpenter.
Happy birthday.
Over to the left, that's
Kathy Carpenter is, it'd be Lindsay Sampson's mom, is
Yep.
that right? So
Yep.
Carter and Cody
Lexi
and
and
Lexi's
Cody.
grandma.
Yeah. Your birthday Sunday? Well, happy 72nd birthday to Bill, our cameraman.
Very good. Happy birthday, Bill Funnemark. All right, here we go again. 4th and 12. Punting the ball. This time it's a good
Nice
punt. Lands at the 10, and it's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. Great punt. Good break there for the Bolts that ball ran into the end zone. That was a heck of a punt, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. If you have a birthday you want us to give a shout out to, either next week or tonight, leave it in the comments, message us on Facebook, something. We'll read it for you.
Yeah, especially for next week. We haven't really talked about that. The Bolts actually go to at Grandview, first road game at Grandview Christian next week. All right, 6:33 left to go in the first half here. Cody takes a snap, immediately hands it to Rory. No, a fake handoff to Rory. I thought he had it, and they tried to tackle Rory around the head even though he didn't have the ball. So this will be interesting. It is going to be a face mask on the defense. but Rory didn't have the ball. That's the second time Rory's been involved in a dangerous situation.
Well,
I'll take the penalty, huh? I'm sorry?
I guess we got to say happy birthday to my brother Austin
Oh,
on the 15th.
the traitor that didn't make you watch Rocky, huh?
He said he didn't leave that comment.
Oh, he didn't?
No.
Huh.
He said that was
Ghost Rider? Negative. Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. You know that movie?
I know what the pattern is full means.
I bet you do. All right, Cody with the option out to the left to Rory, and he's going to get dropped after a gain of about 3 on the play. He gets it across the 40 and is going to have 2nd and 7 here for the Bolts. I missed a first down opportunity, didn't I?
Oh, we did. Well, missed driving in Iowa in the winter. The snow fills all the potholes.
It just hides them so it does more damage to your
Yeah,
car.
then you can't see them.
Cody has an empty backfield this time, 2 receivers on each side. He looks over the middle to Cale Shepley, but a little miscommunication there on the pattern, I think. The ball was nearly intercepted, falls to the ground harmlessly. So it'll be 3rd and 7 here for the Bolts at the 39-yard line. Pam liked the fumble bee.
She did?
Yeah, she did. Leanne Butler says she's watching from home trying to figure out this darn phone. So
That's Grandma Nuts.
is it?
Yeah.
All right. Good gain there by Cody Damon. Going to take it down to the 34-yard line. Going to bring up a 4th and 2 with 5:35 left to go in this quarter. See if the Bolts try to draw them off sides. No, they don't. They take the snap. Cody goes right up the middle, and he's going to barely have enough for a Baxter Bolts.
First down.
Fake handoff to Rory this time. A little pop pass over the middle. He's got Jake Travis at the 20. He's into the end zone for the Baxter Bolts touchdown. Another great play design. 5:10 left to go, and the Bolts make it 38-6 with the 2-point conversion coming up. Jimmy, I found out, I think I know now how my life will end for me.
How?
One of my kids will unplug the life support to charge their phone.
Oh, no.
All right, Cody rolling out to the right. Oh, did he come down with that? He did. Great catch by Trayton Travis. Dove in the corner of the end zone, made the catch for the 2-point conversion, and that makes it an even 40-6. Baxter Bolts. 5:10 left to go in the second quarter. We'll be back after this.
Tonight I'd like to send a tribute and thanks to my dad and brother, Vance and Clayton Weltha, who have served as both firefighters and EMTs/sheriff reserves in the Baxter and Jasper County area. Thank you all, and go Bolts.
Okay, we're back. About
All right.
5 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first half.
I went to the beekeeper last weekend to get 12 bees. He counted and gave me 13. I said, dude, you gave me 13. He goes, that's a freebie. Here's the run up in the kick. It looks like an onside kick, and he's going to recover it himself. How about you kick it and recover it yourself? With 5:09 left to go in the second quarter, and the Bulls are going to take over at the Knights' 30-yard line.
Family was driving to Disneyland. They got about 20 hours away. They start singing the songs, the Disney songs. Get about 10 hours away, they start putting on the Mickey ears. 5 hours away, they start deciding what they're going to do. They get there, down in Florida. They see the sign, Disneyland left, turn around and went back home.
Yeah.
That one came from an anonymous viewer who were not allowed to say their name anymore.
Okay, all right. Here's a hand to Rory right up the middle, and he's going to be dropped after a gain of about 4, maybe 3, 2nd and 7. So I went to a job interview last week, okay?
Okay.
So I'm sitting there, and the interviewer said, can you please explain this 4-year gap in your resume? I said, that's when I went to Yale. He goes, wow, that was really impressive. You're hired. I said, thank you. I really need this job.
What was your McDonald's joke you told last week? Something McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
You
I
ate
ate
the
a
kids' Happy Meal.
I ate a kids' Happy Meal at McDonald's this week.
Mr. Brummel said he told that at a wedding and they just loved it.
There's Jake Travis going right up the middle, and he's going to score again. Touchdown, Jake Travis, touchdown, Baxter Bolts. And that makes it 46-6. And that is going to be a continuous clock, I do believe. 2-point conversion coming up here. So Mr. Brummel told that joke, huh?
Yeah, and he said everybody there loved it.
It's a good joke.
Yeah. He
Don't
said he
even see
told
it coming.
the Batman one too.
Which one's the Batman?
You want to hear about Batman impression?
Oh gosh, that was terrible.
He said they didn't. That one didn't go over as well.
All right, Cody takes the snap. Looking in the end zone for Jake Travis again, and he's got it again. Jake is having himself a night, 48-6. Do we have more to play?
Yep.
Let's do
We
it.
can keep playing them.
All right, 4:18 left to go in the first half, and the Bolts have a 48-6 lead.
We got Jenny Brindle says, go Baxter Bolts.
Who did? Oh, awesome. She left a great,
Is she the one that's sending one of the tributes?
yeah, for her son Noah. It was awesome. All right, 4:18 left to go. Ball's teed up at the 30. The kick lands at the 10 and going to roll out of bounds for another penalty here. Jake's frustrated with that. He's having a good night offensively. Kicking hasn't been great tonight for him, but I think we can excuse that, can't we?
Why are pirates called pirates?
Why?
Because they are.
See, you got your little brothers wearing the button downs tied around their neck and all that. Trying to ruin them already before they get out of high school.
Yeah.
All right, the Knights are going to take over
They want
first
to be
and
cool,
10
like
here
me.
at their 25. Low snap, handled nicely there. Looked like the Bolts were going for the strip. Going to be a gain of about 4 on the play. So first, second down and 6 here for the Knights after that 4-yard gain. And the ball is resting at the 29-yard line. 3:25 left to go in this first half. Continuous clock here at Baxter. Another low snap. They have to pick it up off the ground, and they're not going to get anywhere. Grant Bortz is going to drop them for a loss back past the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 12 now. Game started out with a good drive by the Knights to go up 6-0 on the Bolts, and the Bolts have answered with 48 straight.
She said that's the best joke she ever heard. You know who sent it to me?
I'm going to guess the same person that go ahead, say it.
Oh, great.
Now the Twins are in on it. And that is going to be, it looks like a delay of game. It's going to be 5 yards back. Going to make up bring up a 3rd and now 17. 3rd and 17 here for the Knights. Ball's on the 19-yard line. Quarterback's looking to his left, way overthrown. Had a man out there, just threw it too high for him. And that'll bring up 4th and 17. So the Twins are in on the comments now, right?
But he's not sending the answer. This is so cool. Thanks for doing all this. Wish we could have had this channel when I was in high school at Baxter. Thank you.
We do enjoy doing it, Jenny. Thank you very much. Quick kick. Nobody back to receive. Ball's going to land at the 36, roll to about the 26, and that's where the Bolts will take over their next possession. Clock is running. Clock is stopped on the change possession. 1:29 left to go in the first half. I get to read that one, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody retracted a message.
That was Brendan.
Why?
He must have not answered the joke. It was the joke.
He says the joke and then retracts it and doesn't even put up the punchline.
Oh.
My goodness.
Okay, you read
Bill
that
Luther
one.
says, how do you keep the Cyclones off your lawn? Paint an end zone on it. Oh, that's harsh for tomorrow, Bill. Here's the dorm fridge trying the right side, and he's going to get wrestled down after a gain of about 7 on the play. 2nd and 3. Nice to see the dorm fridge getting a run there. Under 40 seconds left to go in the half. A continuous clock is dropping us quickly. 20 seconds left to go on the play clock. There's about a 12-second difference between the two. 25 seconds left now. Bolts take the snap, hand it to the dorm fridge. He stops, changes direction, goes to the left side. Going to try to get to the left sideline. Now he's rolling up the middle and gets decked. But it's going to be another Baxter Bolts.
First down with a flag on the play.
Oh, is there? Oh, there sure is. A penalty on Baxter. It's going to be a hold on Baxter.
Oh, shoot. You set us up. Now I got to take it back.
Oh, my bad.
Whoop, blah, 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 blah.
That's terrible.
Uh-oh.
Nope. I'm good. Need to drink more water.
Was that one a cramp?
Yeah.
Now I can laugh at the cramps, but I can't laugh at the
You know
nerve
what?
damage.
The foot thing's getting better.
Is it really?
It is.
After a doctor's visit, or it just is?
Yeah. It gave me some anti-inflammatory cream to put on it. So that's nice.
That is nice.
All right, that'll do it. That's the end of the first half. Bolts 48, Knights 6. We're going to take a break and come back with our halftime guest who is patiently waiting. So let's run at least one and rearrange here a little bit, okay?
Okay,
Susan Holsinger wrote in to say, my son, Master Sergeant Grant Crandall, and daughter-in-law, Master Sergeant Haley Crandall, and son-in-law, Sergeant First Class Brett Cherry, Grant signed up for the Air Force 2 days after 9/11 and went in after graduating that next May. He and his wife met in the Air Force and are making it a career. Brett also signed up for the Army right after graduation, and he was blown up in Afghanistan by a suicide bomber 12 years ago and still re-enlisted. He is also making it his career. I am very proud of all of them. Mic test real quick. Nope. Okay, we're gonna be on.
Check, check.
Check, check. How you doing, Doug?
I'm doing well.
Good. Let me
It's
make
good
sure
to be
your
back.
levels
Haven't
are
been up here
good.
for a while.
It's good to be just at a game, isn't it? My goodness. After the last couple of years.
I see poor old AJ Flora out there on the chains. I hope he got hydrated before the game.
He's, they caught a lot of flack from people up here for that scrimmage when they were late getting here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not from me, but yeah, it was from me. But yeah, they were pretty late. So, he's got us on camera too, Doug. What do you
Holy
think about
cow.
that? How
Just
about that?
you guys.
I would have worn black. Black's a little more thinning.
So what do you think so far, first half?
That's good to see the fellas having a good game. They were making a game of it for, first 2/3 of the first quarter.
Yeah, we were up here saying that you take away the penalties. If they ever get that cleaned up, that's a good team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're athletic, they're strong. I mean, they were tough to bring down.
I think it'd be tough, if you maybe don't have the same team every week. It'd be hard trying to get a rhythm down.
Yeah,
on them, 'cause
for sure.
Big part of football, as everybody knows, is the rhythm of the team.
Right. So, Doug, just this knowing you, knowing your work with veterans and everybody in Jasper County knows that what you do. This night has to be pretty special, and what
It
Coach
is.
Luther did here.
Yeah, it's a big night, and one thing that I always think about when it comes this time of year is right after September 11th happened, I was with former Governor Tom Vilsack, and one thing that he said to me, and it's always stuck with me, that people like to pick at public servants and public folks that do that with your EMS and fire and your military sometimes, but he said when everybody else was running out, they were all running in.
Right.
And boy, that's the truth, What a rough day that was for everybody. I'll never forget it, just like anybody that's already.
I was going to say that's obviously one of those events in a life that you know where you were. If you were live, we were talking earlier. We had youth group on Wednesday. I looked out over the crowd, and not a single person there was alive during that happened. So we talked a little bit about it. Let them ask questions and stuff. And so tell me, where were you?
I was actually an area rep in the dryer department at Maytag.
Okay.
So as you know, we had a couple of thousand people there in that plant, and I don't know if you ever remember the old radio show Man Cow in the Morning.
Oh yeah.
103.3.
Out of Chicago.
And I walked down and on the floor, and a gentleman named Dustin Stepp says, "Bish, you're not going to believe it," but he says a plane just hit a tower in New York City. And I said, "Oh man," I said, "quit listening to that garbage. It's polluting your brain." That Man Cow in the Morning.
Yeah.
So I made my way back across the floor and up to the office, and about that time another area rep came in and he said, "Hey, you guys aren't going to believe this, but a second plane just hit the next tower." So it became real very quickly. And then, as the word gets out, of course, the assembly line is still running, but people are worried because they realize that they're hitting big population target places.
Right.
So then the question became, do we stay, do we go? Everybody's worried. Do I have family out there? All of the above. So.
I was in Montreal, Canada, training for a piece of software for my company, and I was telling the youth group this, even though Montreal is geographically a lot closer to New York City than Iowa.
Yeah.
When they found out I was from the U.S., the look of pity and despair and it was amazing. And we actually evacuated Montreal because of the same thing. We thought at that time they were going after high populous areas.
Yeah.
So, they evacuated downtown Montreal, and I ended up driving back from Montreal, Canada, because you couldn't get a flight,
Yeah,
So
that was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, I was talking a little bit earlier about some of the flights you've done. How many? Tell a little bit about that, if you would. The veteran flights to DC.
Well, we started with
Freedom Flights, right?
Freedom Flights.
I couldn't think of the name. Thank you.
They started as Honor Flights, which is a national organization, and we got tied in with them in 2008 and 2009. And we were trying to get all of our World War II vets at that time here in Jasper County lined up, and we got a bunch of them flown out to D.C. with the KCs and Hy-Vee. And I was lucky and fortunate enough to get to go along in November of 2009. Okay. And the two gentlemen that I escorted at that time were Lawrence Halter and Junior Eakins.
Mm-hmm.
And Junior had done 4 beach landings in the Marine Corps in the South Pacific, and Lawrence had done 3.
Wow.
Between the two of them, they had 7 beach landings and 3 Purple Hearts, and just a whole plethora of horrible stories and experiences that they had between them. But I went along the first flight, took care of those old boys. They kind of wore me out. You know, they were go-getters, and we made it through. And then that fall and winter, we sent one more flight out, but we had 26 World War II vets that were signed up and didn't make the trips. And unfortunately, over that wintertime, we lost 4 of those guys. So we decided that we couldn't sit around and wait for Hy-Vee or Casey's to throw another $250,000, $500,000 at it. We just do it ourselves. We had a crazy group of folks with a crazy guy that would take the lead. And I said, hey, I think we can get this done. And they said, let's do it. So we raised, in about 4 months' time, we raised a little over $70,000.
Wow.
Rented a Embraer that held 55 people. It was a Minnesota Vikings travel plane.
Oh.
And we rented that in the wintertime, of course, or springtime before they took off. And we took the remaining World War II vets who were interested and 6 Korean War vets out there. So we made that trip, and then the next one, we decided we had a lot of folks signed up that were wanting to go. And the Vietnam vets, which, as we know, had historically been not respected, not honored.
Right.
They certainly weren't treated right when they came home. They would come out to every dinner, and they would throw a $100 bill in the bucket and say, just don't forget us. Just don't forget us someday. So we ended up stepping it up. We rented a 737 that year that held 144. And we loaded that up with primarily Korean War vets and then in-country Vietnam vets.
Wow.
And then our third flight was the leftovers. We had, I think, our last flight was 6 World War II vets, probably 15, 20 Korean War vets, and then all Vietnam vets.
Yeah.
So Jasper County was the first county in the nation that went from our World War II vets all the way down to all of our in-country Vietnam vets and took them out to D.C. So we were pretty proud of that.
Wow.
And that was during 2008 when Maytag had closed, the economy had tanked.
Right.
You know,
right.
so 8, 9.
Especially the local economy. It was rough.
Yeah. So 11 was one, and 13 was the last one that we took officially. So.
That's impressive. Jimmy and I were in D.C. together.
Yes, we were.
Going to all those memorials, and I remember just my personal favorite, just because of the aesthetics, was World War II memorial. Just the beautiful, just such a good job with it. I mean, you can go to a memorial and not feel anything, if it's not done right. And that one, the Vietnam memorial, those are just done right.
Was that the one where as you walk, there was the statue set up for the Vietnam one?
No, the Vietnam was the wall that was kind of sloped.
So
the Korean was the people. Yeah, that's a pretty amazing one too.
The things you see when you take those men and women out there. Vietnam has 58,300 and some names on there, but those aren't just names. To those guys, that was their buddy, or that was who they were with. And man, you talk about an emotional experience when they walk up there and touch that name.
Yeah.
It's more than just something engraved in a wall. The Korean memorial is absolutely beautiful. And it's funny seeing those old guys walk up to that one because they swear that that's their buddy Jim. Or I was with that guy.
I know.
And so they all pick one out and say, I think that's him. I think it's really him.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the Vietnam wall was so cool because people were taking paper up and doing rubbings so they could take that home with them, you know, and that was just really cool to see.
Yeah.
And
then World War II, of course, they didn't get that one done until 2004.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because most of those old boys are already gone by that time. But they got it done, and it's beautiful. And a quick story about Lawrence, which is one of our Baxter heroes. He's going to be 102 years old here in 2.5 weeks.
Really? We got to remember that.
But he walked over. He was one of 4 brothers. Louis was in India, Burma, China. And was a spook at that time, which means if he disappeared, they would just pretend like he never existed.
Oh, wow.
Harold was in the South Pacific in the Army. And Wilbur, their brother, was in Italy. So their mother had 4 boys, all in the infantry, scattered all over Europe and the South Pacific. But when we went out there, at that time, Lawrence was the only one that was left, and he walked over to that wall and had the plaque about service and that. I kind of walked up behind him and walked over, and I said, "You doing okay, old buddy?" And he kind of choked up, and it makes me choke up, but he says, "I'm here for my brothers." He said, "I never dreamed I'd get here, and I'm here for my brothers." And I said, "Well, Lawrence, you are, and you guys went through a lot for our country, and we can just never thank you enough."
Was Arlington on your stop when you went out
Arlington
there?
was on our stop.
That was so impressive.
Junior
Remember
Eakins.
Arlington?
Yeah. Yep.
Junior Eakins, I was sitting next to him on the bus when we pulled in, and it was becoming dusk. Junior's just a little tiny guy, and he was an M60 machine gunner in the Marine Corps, which is odd. Usually it's the big guys that get the machine guns, but he was sitting next to me in the bus, and as you drive into Arlington, it's just row after row after row of headstones. And each one of those is an American hero that served and sometimes died for us. And as Junior looked out across there, he whispered towards the window, he said, "Peleliu still haunts me." And I leaned up and I said, "What'd you say, June?" And he said, "Peleliu still haunts me." I said, "You were at Peleliu?" He said, "Yep, 1st Marine Division, Peleliu." And if you ever study warfare, they spent 30-plus days. It's supposed to be a 2-day deal, spent 30-plus days. And Junior was one of just a very small handful out of his entire battalion that made it out of there.
Wow.
They had him pinned down on the beach. It was horrible. I think he told me they went 33 or 34 days without even a shower. Most of the time they had no water, no food, and it was foot by foot, hand-to-hand, brutal combat to get from one side to the other. So I always think about that meme or cartoon that you see on Facebook. Shows a little old guy with the VFW hat on or the Marine Corps hat, and it says that old man that's walking around town with that hat on is more bad than you'll ever dream of being. And you think about those guys, and it's true. You know? We owe them a lot. We can never thank them enough.
So I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but Jimmy and I have been putting tributes on for people tonight. We had 15 of them actually written in. So, and some really, really nice ones. Cody Christensen for his dad, and Lauren Ratliff, and Amber Weltha, and just Noah Brindle. So Noah Brindle actually received one and gave one, which was kind of cool.
He's that kind of guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He absolutely. So you mentioned a lot of the vets around here. Just is there anybody else that you maybe didn't have the experience with, but you want to give a shout out here? That
another one that people just don't think they even know, because he's a very humble man too, is Lynn Harnden, that lives just right over here in Westfield Horizons. And Lynn came out of California. He was a career Army man, and I met him. I was working down at the treasurer's office, and he says he was in town. They were renting a house, and he says, "We really like Baxter." And I was part of economic development at that time. I said, "Well, we can sell you a house."
Yeah.
And ended up, he bought the house.
Okay.
And then I learned a story, and he had been 30-plus years in the military, retired lieutenant colonel. He was a chopper pilot. So he had done one tour in Korea, and then came out and ended up doing 2 tours in Vietnam, one with the Big Red One and one with the 101st Airborne. And he has over 1,200 hours of combat flying time, 1,200 hours, and has 2 distinguished flying crosses.
Wow.
And we have become very close friends. Lynn is now 87 years old. The things that he went through, those pilots had such a huge attrition rate in Vietnam anyway, and for him to do one with the Big Red One and then come back and do one with the 101st Airborne was just incredible. But what really hit me with Lynn, and I won't take up too much more of your time, but we had the traveling wall that heals in 2018 down at the high school, you bet. And Lynn was our keynote speaker, and he looked out over there and he says, "It always makes me wonder how many of those guys that are on that wall were in the back of my chopper."
Oh.
And you kind of stop for a second, then you realize they weren't alive in the back of his chopper.
Oh.
There wasn't a day that went by that he didn't have to evac somebody out of there that was gone.
Wow.
And he says that takes a toll on a guy day after day after day. And he says there wasn't a day break in there that I didn't have one of those guys on my chopper.
Wow.
So they're heroes, all of them.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Doug, I appreciate you coming up. I mean, we could do this the entire night if you wanted to, but so again, just really appreciate it. I know you had something to do with this tonight, and I know Coach Luther reached out to you and asked for your help tonight, and saw you out there proudly with the color guard. And
it's a privilege to do that, especially with guys like, say, Greg Christensen and Noah and Lynn Harnden. I mean, it's just something.
Yeah.
Before you kick me off here, I got my joke.
All right, I forgot. I thought, we were going down a serious path there. I didn't know if you wanted to say your joke, so go ahead.
So first off, like I said, thanks to all the vets, thanks to all the EMS and fire department folks out there and our law enforcement. They put in a lot of hours for us. But, Jimmy, I'm going to ask you a question. So if you're in a canoe
Okay.
And you're floating along the canoe. You've done that before, right?
Yeah.
Say yes, Jimmy. Yep.
So if your canoe turns over and it's upside down, do you know that you can make a hat out of your canoe?
No.
Do you know why you can make a hat out of a turned over canoe?
Why?
Because it's capsized.
All right.
I have worked on that all day long. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right. Thanks, Doug.
Thanks.
Appreciate it very much. All right. We will take a quick break and come right back with the second half here. Sergeant Ace Etheridge joined the Iowa Army National Guard in 2016 and re-enlisted in 2021. His MOS is 92F. Sergeant Veronica Stevens enlisted in the Iowa Army National Guard in 2007 and is currently serving in Iraq. She is in the Combined Joint Task Force Operation Inherent Resolve. Lisa Etheridge is very proud of both of them.
Okay. Great interview there, Patch.
Hey, buddy, it's all about the subject, right? Doug is pretty awesome.
Got a couple quick comments. Come back. Murphy, do you want to know who the dorm fridge is?
Dorm fridge is Nick Nelson. Nick Nelson is a senior at Baxter. He is heavy into the speech competition stuff. Very good at it too. Great kid. He's really strong, but about 5 foot tall.
Yeah.
But really, really strong. He's almost as thick as he is tall, I swear.
We got a Go Bolts cheering from Colorado.
Awesome.
And then Bill Funnemark put in tribute to my brother, Major Denny Funnemark, 20 years Air Force fighter pilot with 100-plus missions over in Vietnam, and my son, Sergeant Chad Funnemark, 22 years.
All right, Rory is going to take this one to the house. He's got one man to beat, and he's got him. So the opening kick is taken back for a touchdown for the Bolts, and no penalties. No penalty flags. So that one will stand. Touchdown Baxter Bolts, Rory Hare. We're looking at the comments. We'll have to read that one again. We need to read Mr. Vaughn's again, too.
Yeah.
I know that nobody is listening that will know who I'm talking about. Well, some of the old Baxter graduates might, but I got to give a shout out to my father-in-law who served his country and was in Korea. We lost him to ALS over in December, so nice throw out to Trayton Travis for the 2-point conversion, and that makes it 56-6, Baxter.
Oh, now we'll reread this one. You want to reread this one or play another?
Yeah, go ahead. Read it.
Okay.
Can we read it?
Sure.
Okay. Bill Funnemark says, tribute to my brother, Major Denny Funnemark, 20-year Air Force fighter pilot with 100-plus missions over North Vietnam, and my son, Sergeant Chad Funnemark, 22-plus years in the United States Air Force.
There we go.
And Dennis Vaughn wrote in earlier, and I want to mention that one again. He wanted to give a shout out to his niece Allison and her husband Christian Miranda, both in the Navy. Nephew Matt Ainsworth, a National Guard, and Brian Hershofer, future son-in-law. He's in the Navy. Also, shout out to Mr. Vaughn's wife Chris and son Caleb, who are both firefighters and first responders. All right, so the Bolts are set to kick off now after the second half opening kickoff touchdown return by Rory Hare. good to see Rory do that. He's gotten banged up a little bit tonight, and good to see him have a good one there. Kick taken at the 10-yard line. Tried the left side. Now he's going to the right, and he's going to be dropped just short of the 30-yard line, and that's where the Knights will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 29. I think Doug Bishop missed his calling, to be honest with you. I think he could be he's a great public servant. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, he's very good there. He's done a lot for veterans. He's done a lot for our county. But it could have been a history teacher.
Could have been, yeah.
You know, I mean, he's got a passion for it. He's got the knowledge of it. Yeah, it.
I thought you were going to
and
go
he works
with
well with kids too.
radio host.
Yeah, that too. He could do that too. He needs
Could do both.
he needs a podcast. He needs a history podcast.
Oh man, yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. I might have to set that up with him. All right, Knights have it 1st and 10. This is Beasley trying the left side. And he's going to get dragged out of bounds, and here comes another flag in. This one came in late from the referee. We'll see what he is going to call here. Holding on the Knights. Isn't the clock running?
Are you sure it doesn't?
Do we stop the clock? We do on penalties? Really? That's too bad.
Basically after every play.
50. Bolts have the lead 56-6. Ball's at the 19-yard line now for the Knights. And it's going to be 1st and 20. After that hold call. Quarterback changes his mind, goes under center, turns and hands it off to running back on the left side, and he's going to gain about 5 on the play, maybe 6. He'll be at the 25-yard line, so it will be 2nd down and 14.
Completely different game than I thought we'd be off to at the beginning.
The
of
way
the
it started,
game.
you're absolutely right, yeah. You're absolutely right. Running back trying the right side this time, and he gets tripped up. It'll be no gain on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 14. Jimmy, do you know September is Females Will Steal Your Hoodie and You Will Never Get It Back Awareness Month?
I did not.
Yes, so
Thank
be
you
careful
for
there.
telling everybody.
Yeah. The other day I greeted a relaxed dude eating lemon gelatin. Or in other words, I said hello to a mellow fellow eating yellow jello.
Say that one about 5 times fast. Mellow yellow jello. Fellow.
All right, so another penalty. This is going to be delay of game this time. They were trying to get the correct number of people on the line of scrimmage. They had it right before. Nope, they took a timeout. No penalty on the play. Timeout Knights with 8:42 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 56-6 Bolts right after this.
Okay, we're back. I guess we could have played a second one, but producer put us on, I guess.
Yeah, that's all right. Got another joke here. Guy shakes the ball and says, "Magic 8 ball, am I stupid?" Another guy looks at him and says, "That's a bowling ball." Okay, here we go. The Knights have the ball 3rd and 14 at their own 25-yard line. 3rd and 14 with 8:30 left to go in the third quarter. Continuous clock. Quarterback takes it, going to move to his left. He's being chased. Gets the ball out, but nobody around the intended target. Rory Hare had the best shot at it.
That'll be a 4th and 14.
The police came into the house and found another chickpea senselessly smashed to death. It was homicide.
You know, curiosity killed the cat for a while as the suspect. You know who told that one?
Who?
That'd be your Stephen Wright.
Yeah, he's a good dude. All right, it looks like the Knights are going to punt again. End over end kick. There is a man back there, but he's going to just let it roll wisely. 22-yard line is where it's going to be stopped. You know, when House drinks alcohol, everyone says he's an alcoholic. But when he drinks Fanta, no one says he's fantastic.
I broke a mirror the other day, and I got 7 years of bad luck. My lawyer thinks he can give me 5.
You really like Stephen Wright, didn't you?
I do. Those ones are funny. See, I could say some of them, and then just nobody would. They'd be so stupid.
All right, 1st and 10 Bolts here. Their first real possession of the second half. They took the opening kick back for a touchdown. Cody's bobbing and weaving in the middle. Now he cuts it to the outside. He's got some running room out there. Finally brought down after he gets
to the bench.
Past midfield, and he is smashed up against the Mike Parker metal bench there. But it is plenty for a Baxter Bolts.
First down. I think I bought powdered water the other day, but I don't know what to add.
I recently took a poll and found that 100% of the people in the tent were angry the pole collapsed. The tent collapsed. Dang it, I screwed that one up. That's funny right there.
See, they thought it was funny.
Yeah, I know. Why do people in Athens hate getting up early?
Why?
Because Don is tough on grease. Did you like that one or no? No?
I did.
Here's a penalty. Looks like that's going to be delay of game on the Bolts.
Too busy listening to your jokes.
So that'll be 5 yards back, 1st and 15 here. Oh, I tell you what, there was another joke I was told somebody I would say. The O'Hara boys. And speaking of remembrance, I'm going to, after this play, Rory's down the left sideline, cuts it back in the middle.
Oh, and it trips up.
And, yeah, nearly broke that. But he's going to be down to the 25-yard line, which is plenty for a Baxter Bolts.
First down.
Today is the anniversary of the O'Hara children losing their dad, and I just wanted to give a shout-out to them and tell them I was thinking about them. There's a little pass out to the right side. Is that Cale Shepley? Yep, Shep has it, and he's down 13-yard gain, and that is plenty for a Baxter Bolts.
First down. You know what the difference between a raccoon and a TV is?
What?
A lot.
Told my daughter the other day, go to bed. The cows are sleeping in the field. She said, what's that got to do with anything? I said, that means it's past your bedtime.
Past bedtime.
The only thing flat earthers fear is fear itself. Sphere.
Oh, sphere.
Sphere itself. Roy's going around the left side. He might be in. No, they're going to mark him just short. But it looks like it's going to be enough for a Baxter Bolts.
First and goal. Barely, barely, barely.
And we have a young man down on the field. Why don't we do another tribute? Maybe one of the long ones again? Maybe Cody's?
Yeah.
I think we're going to have some time here. if you ever get it keyed up here. There
I
we
was
go.
trying to think of.
My immediate family, my extended family, members of the Baxter Congregational United Church of Christ, and of course many members within the Baxter community. We just wanted to take a quick moment to say thank you to my dad, Greg Christensen, for not only his service as a sailor in the United States Navy from 1973 to 1977, but for his years of passion and dedication that stretch well beyond his years in the Navy. One of my favorite memories of my dad in regards to his role as commander in the American Legion is the constant Veterans Day program that I knew would always happen from my kindergarten year at Baxter all the way up until my senior year at Baxter. I knew that morning we would all be assembled in the gymnasium, and my dad would give an energetic good morning and expect that same response and that same level of passion from the students that were there. And well beyond that, thank you for all of the Memorial Day services, ensuring that all of our veterans that are laid to rest in all of the rural cemeteries around Jasper County, ensuring that they have a flag at their tombstone, all of the pancake suppers and fundraisers for the American Legion, for marching in the Baxter Fun Days Parade, for ensuring that there are soldiers at every military funeral, for once again being the commander of the American Legion for, I believe, 20 years, potentially more than 20 years. There's so much that we're all thankful for in regards to the sacrifice that you've made and the dedication that you've shown, Dad. So from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you, and we love you.
Okay, and we're back. Number 74 up off the field.
We've said that one. I'll say that one again. Yeah, not tonight, but yeah. What's the best thing about Switzerland?
What is it?
I don't know, but the flag is a big plus. Because it's a big plus.
I get it.
Yeah, okay.
I get it. I think I got it the first time I heard it.
Yeah, I think you said it actually like 3 years ago, but that's okay. I think it's in the book, actually. I think so. It might be. I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it definitely is.
Rory's going to try right up the middle, finish what he started there, and he's got it. Touchdown Baxter Bolts. That'll make it 62-6 with 3:50 left to go in the game. No, in the third quarter, excuse me. Third quarter still. Okay. If I had 50 cents for every math test I failed, I would now have $5.20. All right, Bolt's going for a two-point conversion here, a bullet pass. Little slant pattern to Trayton Travis, and he's got the two-point conversion. And that makes it 64-6 with coming up on 3 minutes left to go. Oh, we got to stop the clock here. 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
I saw Baxter was doing a military, first responder, police, firefighter, EMT night. And I knew I had to submit something because my dad, Jerry Ratliff, fits in almost every single one of those categories. So to the man that does it all, thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. Go Bolts and go Cyclones.
Okay, we're back. Got a PS4 for my little brother. Best trade-off I've ever had.
Here's a picture of a guy trying to unclog a wood chipper with his leg. He's got his leg halfway in the wood chipper. He now works at IHOP. 64-6, 3 minutes left to go. You know, I didn't think we'd have time for jokes, but we're apparently finding a lot of time.
Yeah, we are.
Line drive kick caught in the air at the 10-yard line. Big block to set him free. Gets out to the 30. And that's where Woodward Academy will start their next drive. 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
What do Alexander the Great and Winnie the Pooh have in common?
What's that?
Same middle name.
I was at Jordan Creek Mall a couple weeks ago, and apparently this guy there was just tying his shoe and did not, in fact, want to play leapfrog.
I like that one.
Oh, we have another penalty flag. Jimmy, I hope you're sitting down. We have a penalty flag. I'm going to tell a house that joke that you just, hey, what do Alexander the Great and Winnie the Pooh have in common? Same middle name. I knew he'd like that. That was a good one. All right, 1st and 15 here for the Knights. Trying the option to the right. Late decision to make the pitch, and the ball is free, and Rory comes down with it. Turnover, Knights to the Bolts. An ill-advised late pitch on that option. And Rory is able to fall on it before it goes out of bounds, and the Bolts will take over 1st and 10 at the Knights 19-yard line. At the 19-yard line.
There you go. What do the movies that Titanic and The Sixth Sense have in common?
What's that?
I see dead people.
Oh, I see.
Hey, House.
That's a good one.
What do the movies Titanic and Sixth Sense have in common? I see dead people.
All right, the Dorm Fridge is back in the backfield. I got to figure out who number 9 is there. Who's number 9?
For us?
Yeah. Is that Alex Dilly?
What do you call a parade of rabbits running backwards?
What?
Receding hairline.
All right, Dilly has the Dorm Fridge back with him. Takes it off to the right, and he's going to be dropped. No gain on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Bolts. You guys in here, we got Colton Hill. We have Aiden Johnson. Number 70 is Carter Smith. Number 68 is Carter Sampson. Number 56 is John Scroggins. All right, 3rd and 10. 10 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter here. Last play of the 3rd quarter coming up. Dilly's in trouble. He's run into his left, trying to get outside, and he's not going to make it. It's going to be a big loss of about 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th and 16. Into the 3rd quarter, Bolts lead 64-6. They'll come back with a 4th and 10 at the 26-yard line of the Knights. Back after this.
Oh, you gotta put me on the spot.
Sergeant Ace Etheridge joined the Iowa Army National Guard in 2016 and re-enlisted in 2021. His MOS is 92F. Sergeant Veronica Stevens enlisted in the Iowa Army National Guard in 2007 and is currently serving in Iraq. She is in the Combined Joint Task Force Operation Inherent Resolve. Lisa Etheridge is very proud of both of them.
Okay, we'll come back here. Thanks, Mickey, for sending in the reminder. Give a tribute to my great-grandpa, Grandpa Bud Allen. Korean War? Is that one correct? Just making sure.
I just realized. So timeout bolts.
Oh, timeout. We want to take one with him?
Sure. Hate to put you on the spot, but
Tonight I'd like to send a tribute and thanks to my dad and brother, Vance and Clayton Weltha, who have served as both firefighters and EMTs/sheriff reserves in the Baxter and Jasper County area. Thank you all, and go Bolts.
Sergeant Ace Etheridge joined the Iowa Army National Guard in 2016 and re-enlisted in 2021. His MOS is 92F. Sergeant Veronica Stevens enlisted in the Iowa Army National Guard in 2007 and is currently serving in Iraq. She is in the Combined Joint Task Force Operation Inherent Resolve. Lisa Etheridge is very proud of both of them. So earlier they announced that Ashton Kutcher is going to be the guest celebrity picker at the at College Game Day tomorrow. I'm hoping it's a big old prank and it's actually like Kevin from The Office with the wig on, where he said it's Ashton Kutcher. All right, Dilly takes the snap, looking deep down the middle, throws it up, and it's going to be intercepted. So the Knights will take over after the turnover at their own 9. 1st and 10.
What's that lunch meat that tastes like a hot dog? What? It's
Bologna?
No, come on, it's a serious question.
I don't know of a lunch meat that tastes like a hot dog. Is it
That was
a
it.
hot dog?
You say bologna.
Oh, God. My goodness. Now I'm not even getting the dumb jokes. I'm getting slow, man. All right, 1st and 10 for the Knights. Looks like they have some substitutes in, too.
That was so dumb.
That was really bad. But it fooled me.
It did.
Number 12 is going to have enough. That's Beasley, I believe, for enough for the Knights' first down. Going to take the ball all the way out to the 25-yard line.
We got Mr. Vaughn said he feels better about his jokes now.
Oh, ouch.
Wow.
I miss Mr. Vaughn jokes.
If he's out there listening,
He's listening.
Chris Vaughn, see if you can.
We would love to
comment
have
one.
one. Yeah, type one in. You know, in college, I actually flunked chemistry. Pretty embarrassing. But I was only in class periodically. That's going to be a touchdown Knights around the right side. So there's a Mr. Vaughn joke for you. And that makes the score 64-12 with the 2-point conversion coming up.
First touchdown since for the Knights since the first quarter.
Since the opening drive for them. They took the opening kickoff back for a touchdown, but that was called back on a penalty, which was really foreshadowing for the rest of the night. If it was a book, that would have been called Foreshadowing, right?
Yes, very good. Maybe Miss Luther's still watching, and she'll.
There's no way Miss Luther's still watching. If she is, she's probably on her 3rd box of wine by now.
No, I really hope she's still watching.
She knows I'm just messing with her. So 2-point conversion is good for the Knights. And it makes it 64-14. Cuts the lead to 50. So we played them all twice, you think?
I think so.
Pretty close?
Yeah.
Played Lawrence twice, and
We're back.
I know. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
All right. My
Maybe not the,
sister is watching the broadcast from Southern Iowa.
The longer ones might have just got played once, but that's just because we don't have those big a time.
Oh, but we can go ahead and
Segments.
I think it'll be fine. All right, here's the run-up and the kick. A short kick, fielded at the 20 by Trayton Travis. He's going to try the left side and going to run out of bounds about after a 7-yard gain. A couple of cows were smoking a joint and playing cards. That's right, the stakes were pretty high. See, I don't think I should have said that one, but you told me I could.
I think you could, and the producer says you can.
A sheep, a drum, and a snake fell off a cliff. But
Do you know what?
Come on.
Do you know what the drummer's twin daughters' names were?
Bada bing, bada boom?
No, and a 1 and a 2.
And a 1 and a 2, of course. That was yeah. Here's the Dornfridge. Oh, tries to cut back and is going to slip down after a gain of 5 on the play. The turf monster got him around the ankles there.
Miss Luther says, watching, no sound.
Good.
Watching 2020, why? You making fun of me? And what do you want me to say? No?
Say we would never do that. Oh, Dornfridge says, not today, you're not getting me. Still on his feet, fighting for it. He might have it. He does. The Baxter Bolts. Baxter Bolts. It's
Oh, first down! Didn't even know we had the ball.
oh my gosh. Pay attention, man.
Here's our Mr. Vaughn joke. Do you know where Captain Hook got his hook? From the second-hand store.
It is 8:45 left to go in the game. 8:45 left to go in the game. Sometimes forget to say the clock.
Thanks, Mr. Vaughn, for that joke.
That is a good one. His handoff to the right. Down the sideline. Kanan Travis takes it down the right sideline, and he's got plenty for a Baxter Bolts.
First down.
House.
That's good.
Can't tell that one, though. Here. That's a picture joke. You can't really say a picture joke on the radio.
Luther says, ha, I know better.
There's a woman on death row, and the guard comes up to her and says, what would you like for your last meal? She says, I don't know. What do you want? All right, 1st and 15 here after that penalty for the Bolts. Dilly has Cade Robinson in the backfield with him. He's going to turn and give it to Cade Robinson. Trying the left side, cuts it back up to the middle. And he's going to fight all the way down to the 20-yard line. Big gain of 15 yards for Cade. Going to bring up a 2nd and 5. Nice job, Cade Robinson.
Is there a home game next week? No. The Bolts travel to.
They're at Grandview Christian next week in Des Moines. I don't know the exact location. Probably need to figure that out before next week. We're going to attempt to broadcast there.
Yeah, I'll check with Mr. Luther to make sure he.
But yeah, I'm not sure exactly where the field location is. 6:45 left to go in the game here. 64-14 Bolts. My wife asked me today if I had seen the Dog Bowl. I said, no, I didn't know he could.
Okay, now we're about down to 10 viewers.
Of course we are. Yeah. Cade Robinson run hard. I am so impressed with how hard that kid runs. Like we talked about last week, how hard it is for a freshman to be aggressive. But man, he just does it. He gets the ball and he's at full speed in no time. And that is plenty for a Baxter Bolts.
First down. Miss Luther says, no fourth box patch. From listening to all those jokes. Oh, that's funny.
That's funny. Dornfridge doing the same thing again, cuts it back to the left. He's looking for the end zone, and they're going to give it to him. He's in! Nick Nelson with the touchdown Bolts. Great run, cutting back against the grain. Tough to bring down. When your center of gravity is 1.5 feet above the ground, you're going to be tough to bring down.
Chris wants to know, I work at the school, and do I need to get a game pass card?
Huh? I work at the school, and do I need to get a game pass card? I don't know that question. I mean, I don't know that answer,
If you want to clarify what you mean.
Do you mean like an athletic pass? For home games, it used to be that if you worked at the school, you got one for free, but that might have changed. In fact, I think it did change recently or within the last 5 or 10 years. You're going to have to ask somebody at the school.
Or clarify your question.
Yeah, but I think that's what she means. All right, so we're at 5:38 left, and the Bolts have 72 points tonight, 72-14. This was overheard when God was creating ducks. Waterproof that chicken and give it a kazoo.
Holy cow, 72-14. She says yes, so I imagine you answered her question.
Okay, good. All right, I think I told this one a few years ago, but I'm going to tell it again.
Probably.
You ready? A horse walks into a bar and orders a pint. The barkeep says, "You're in here pretty often. Do you think you might be an alcoholic?" The horse replies, "I don't think I am," and vanishes from existence. See, the joke is about Descartes' famous philosophy of "I think, therefore I am," but to explain that part before the rest of the joke would be putting Descartes before the horse.
You did tell me that one because I didn't get it. I remember that.
My friend went bald years ago, but still carries an old comb with him. He just can't part with it.
That's one of your favorite jokes, isn't it?
It's pretty good. 5:30 left to go in the game. Knights have it 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. Bolts seem to have this one well in hand, 72-14. 5:15 left to go. Low snap. Handoff is given to the right side. And it's going to be stopped after a gain of about 3. And bring up 2nd and 7.
My friend David lost his ID. So now I have to call him Dove. D-A-V-I-D.
Yeah, I got
D-A-V.
it. Yeah.
Okay, I was making
I got
sure.
it. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, that's another one
Dove.
sent from Mom, so I guess we're not.
I like it.
You can't read hers anymore.
No, I just definitely do, because I just wasn't paying attention. All right, 1st and 15 here for the Knights. Got to get all the way out to the 25-yard line for a first down. Another low snap, handled well. Running back's trying the left side, cutting back. Now he goes back to the left, still breaking tackles, and he is going to go down the sideline. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, And he is stumbling into the end zone for a Knights touchdown, and he's exhausted. 72-20 now. I got to say hi to my nephew, Driven, from Southern Iowa, if he's still watching.
R.I.P. boiling water, you'll be missed. I told my doctor I heard buzzing, but he said it's just a bug that's going around.
Another low snap. Picked up again, going to try to get to the left pylon, and he's in. 2-point conversion is good, 72-22, cutting that lead back to 50. We have 4:11 left to go in this game. Bulls have a 50-point lead back right after this. Molly Bodorf wrote in to say, I would like to honor the memory of Vance Weltha and Janie Smith. I learned so much from both of them over the years, and I appreciate the knowledge they shared with me and all of my fellow EMTs on the hundreds of calls we responded to. We were honored to serve next to them both. We lost them both way too soon, and they are missed every day. Being EMTs in a small town is one of the most rewarding but devastating jobs one can have. It's an honor to be able to care for members of our community when they are in need, but also heartbreaking in situations out of our control. Thank you for your support over the last 10 years to Jennifer Booth, Robin Hanson, Sally Seeley, Lindsay Sampson, Clayton Waltha, Shelley Eatwell, Brock Hansen, Nate Popenhagen, and many other members that have come and gone through the years. Molly also writes, thank you to my dad, Stephen J. Fredrickson, for his service in the U.S. Navy from 1963 to 1967. He loved living in Baxter and being involved in many groups and clubs. He was a member of the choir at Bethany Church, a member of the Garden Club, the American Legion, Book Club, was a city council member, business owner, and he and my mom were known for their epic Halloween parties back in the day. He loved to help others and would drop everything to help anyone in need. We miss him more than words. All right, we're back here. We missed a Cale Shepley kickoff return for about 10 yards. The Bolts took over at their own 35. And that first play is Nick Nelson around the right side for a gain of about 8. We'll call it 7. He'll have 2nd and 3. Your turn.
Okay, you guys got me now. Time to get my practice in. 3 minutes left. Padge calling it quits, putting in the B team. Okay, hand off to the dorm, number 8 here. I think that's the dorm fridge. He'll run it up, but that'll be enough for a Baxter Bolts first down. Not as fun by yourself.
Did you have to set yourself up for a first down call there?
I did.
Sorry about that.
You want me to do a little bit more announcing?
Yes, please do.
It'll be a first down for the Bolts. 1st and 10. Fake handoff to number 12. Tries to take it up the left side. He's going to gain about 2 yards on the play. Looks like bring up 2nd and 8. Be at the Knights' 30-yard line. Alex Dillian at quarterback. Got number 12, Cade Robinson. to his left. Snaps the ball. Dilly's going to take it up the left side himself. He tries to go for the first down. It's going to be close. It's going to be second and about inches here. Third and short, excuse me. Just under a minute left in the game. Bolts up 72-22. Reminder, the Bolts travel next week to Grandview Christian. That will be there on air 6:30. We'll try.
We hope to, yeah. We haven't gotten permission yet to broadcast from there, but if we don't, then that means they've got their own feed, so the game will be online somehow.
He'll hand it off to Robinson there. He's taking it up the left side. He's got the first down. He was looking for more. But he'll have the first and goal.
I think that's going to be the last play. I don't think they're going to run another one. Clock's down at 10 now.
Yep.
Jimmy, nice job tonight. Great job with the
Nice
tributes.
work. Yep. Yeah, great broadcast.
Good job getting those set up. A special thanks to everybody that sent those tributes in, including the birthday shout-outs. Special thanks to our halftime guest, Doug Bishop. And that's going to do it for us here at Baxter. The Bolts beat the Knights 72-22 for their third straight victory this year. And next week they travel to face Des Moines Christian. We'll have to pay attention to our Facebook page, and we'll put it where the location is and whether or not we are going to be broadcasting. So, Jimmy, nice job.
Nice work.
See you next week.
We'll see you next